Hi, Iris. My name is Darlene, and this is just a brief reply to your video blog regarding the counseling session and the skills of the counselors. I thought you did a great job highlighting what each of the videos encompassed and sort of assessing the skills of each of the counselors. It's great that you actually mentioned that you had had a counseling experience some years ago, so you kind of had an idea about what to expect. One thing that you mentioned on the first one that I didn't really catch at first was that the counselor collaborated with the client, and that is in our text as something that is useful. And so, as he was building rapport with the client, he sort of teamed up with him and came together with him to determine what to do next in the process. I also thought that your highlight of the paraphrasing, especially in the second counseling session regarding the client who was homesick, uh, your thought about how the counselor paraphrased what the client said to sort of ensure that she understood what was going on and also to let the client know that she understood. That was good as well. And you mentioned that the last counselor was calm. Now, my thought of the last counselor, I just thought maybe, I'm not real sure what exactly it was, but maybe because he wasn't leaning forward and that he wasn't um, like seemingly using facial expressions, I sort of thought what you perceived as being calm was, in my opinion, sort of like not warm. But that's interesting that you perceived it as being calm because it just kind of shows what different perceptions we all have and how important that client and counsel relationship is. Your question, though, was how would one know what technique, what to use coming into a counseling session? Excellent question. I mean, I'm hoping that along the way we start learning techniques that will just come from within, that we will know so well that we're like, oh, okay, so these are some of the same things that I've heard from a client that this particular technique helped. Um, but the other thing too is, I think that I read somewhere in the text where it said, "Don't be in a hurry. Take it slow. Make sure that you understand what the client is saying, and go through those stages." The first stage of building rapport, going in and kind of finding out, oh, you're a student, and this is how long have you been a student? What are you studying? That kind of thing. Sort of establishing a rapport, like you would when you first meet someone, maybe at a party or something, where you just kind of get an idea about who they are, and then move into assessment. And so, as we, as counselors, begin to assess the client by allowing them to disclose and ask them questions, open and closed questions, we'll begin to understand and massage the information in our mind so that we'll be able to determine what technique would be best to use with them. And sometimes we may be off a little bit and may have to come back to the starting point and reassess. Oh, okay, maybe this will work for them, maybe this won't. So anyway, I think that you did a great job on your assessment, and not to be too concerned about what technique, because I think that will come. So thanks a lot. Have a good day.